Hi, welcome back to the Pyjama Yoga Club. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jess and I am here to do things a little bit different. So I literally roll out of bed in the morning and I teach an online class full of amazing women. So ladies only club. We come in our pajamas and there is no expectation. No one's got hair and makeup done, and we practice together before the day gets started. But I'm really aware that it actually can take quite a bit of courage to show up to a class, whether it be online or in person, if you don't know the basics, if you feel that you actually don't know where to start. So what I want to do in these videos is I want to teach you the basics. This is not about leading you through a class quickly. This is about really breaking down how to understand the postures, how to listen to your body, and also what is yoga about. And it's not just about the postures. So I hope over time you'll get to realise that actually you're building this beautiful connection with yourself each time that you come onto the mat. So for today, we're going to start with finding a comfortable seat, and you'll notice that I've got quite a few props here. So you can go out and buy a prop. So I would probably recommend, if you're thinking, do you know what, I want to give this yoga thing a proper go, it's worth having a yoga block. It's just a few pounds and this will help you in lots of different ways. I use mine every day. You could have a bolster, again, something you could buy. You don't really need to have this at the early stage, but maybe later on. But you could just use a cushion or a pillow. So I would grab things from around the house for now that you can play around with. And I'm going to show you a few options of how to find a comfy seat. What this means is we want to find a long spine. So when we come into our practice, especially if we're doing a little bit of seated movement, we want to make sure the spine is nice and long and it's not an effort to sit tall. So we're not having to force ourselves up. So the way that we can do this, a couple of options. So I want to show you how to either sit back onto the heels or to sit on your bum, but also whatever feels right for you is perfectly fine. You could sit in a chair. There is no worries. If you're starting your practice in a chair, perfect. So you'll notice that I was sitting back on my heels and actually my spine's nice and long. What's happened already is my hips are tilted forward, which allows me to lengthen through my spine. So I feel fairly comfortable like this. However, I wouldn't want to stay like this for too long, because it's quite a lot of weight on my ankles and on my feet. So if I popped a block or a cushion under my bum, all of a sudden taking that pressure off my feet, also a little bit less pressure in the knees, so it's a little bit more space, and I could use this to sit comfortably for a little bit longer. This is not my go-to position though. Also, if you had a bolster or a cushion, a pillow, you could actually straddle that, give yourself a bit more height. Again, more space in the knees. I could sit here for even longer. Again, my spine is nice and long. So that's if you want to sit back like this, folded legs, but actually I prefer to sit on my bum. So if you're going to come to sit on your bum, do not think every yogi has to sit with their legs crossed. It might be something that you do in the future. It might be something you're not ready for right now. But what I would do, so let me show you without the block. If I was to sit directly on the ground, what's happening is my knees are lifted, and if I was to relax, my spine is a little bit curved, so my shoulders are dropping forward and there's a little bit of roundness in the spine. If I want to sit tall, it's an active lift. I'm having to pull my shoulders back, lift my chest, and imagine I'm being pulled up from the crown. So I would have to hold here, and it's not really something I could do for a long time, certainly not if I wanted to go into any kind of movement. However, my best friend, the block, if I tuck that under the back of my bum, I'm not going to sit directly on top of it. I'm going to tuck my feet in, tilt my hips forward, and now my knees are going to ground. Again, this is not for everyone, this is my personal preference. So my hips are now tilted forward, which means my spine is long. I'm able to sit here really comfortably for a long time. Legs are tucked away, and I would also, for added comfort, I'd have an extra blanket folded underneath in front of my block so that my ankles, my feet are on top of a blanket, because that's just extra luxury for me. So this is my comfy seat. What I'm inviting you to do today is to find your comfy seat. So you might want to go around the house and find cushions, blankets, pillows, and see what's going to work for you. And then when we go into our next practice and we do a little bit of seated movement, hopefully you'll already know where you're going to start. So remember, this is not about perfection. This is about play and practice. I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to try and to teach you and help you to learn a little bit more about yourself each time you come onto the mat. And something that doesn't feel good today, it might feel good in the future. So always play, keep playing every single time that you come and join me. I hope that you enjoy this little bit of playtime, and once you do get into your comfy seat, why not take a few breaths, take a moment for yourself, and I will see you again in the next practice. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can see all the videos that are coming up, and I really look forward to sharing more with you.